Hello guys, I'm Karina Borgia-Lacroix, owner of American Real Title. I am your title girl. So last week I talked a little bit about the homestead exemption credit, how to apply and who qualified, and that generated a lot of comments. Comments on our website, calls, emails, and there were a lot of requests from people in the real estate industry for topics that they wanted me to discuss, where I could prepare a video, they can send a link over to their colleagues and their clients and get to things that are more worthwhile, like getting new business instead of spending so much time answering the same question over and over again. So if you're in the real estate industry and you'd like me to touch up on a specific topic, let me know, send me a comment, send me an email, and we'll get to those. So this week's topic is deeds. For those of you who don't know what a deed is a legal document that transfers an interest in real property to someone else. If you're buying a home, you will receive a deed that's signed by a seller. Once that deed is recorded by the county appraiser's website, then they will transfer the property and title it over into your name. This seems extremely easy, but believe it or not, we get a lot of clients that actually walk in with their deeds in hand and they're improperly prepared. So the title maybe didn't transfer over, or something has gone wrong where they can't clear title for a future purchase or sale. So this usually happens when someone who's just a notary and doesn't understand the legalities of the document prepare this document for you. So I'm going to give you a list of the common mistakes that make a deed invalid. We can always prepare one here for you, but if you still would like your next door neighbor who's a notary to prepare for you, then at least you'll know what to look for. Now, there are a lot of different versions of deeds, but I will cover the two main ones, the ones that we see the most here. Now, you need to listen to this because you need to understand what the differences are between the two of them. The ones that we see the most are quitclaim deeds and warranty deeds. So a quitclaim deed basically is giving the buyer no guarantee or warranty. This means that the seller is not guaranteeing anything, not guaranteeing that the title is clear or that they even own 100% of the property to begin with. What they are doing is merely transferring whatever interest they have in the property over to you or to the buyer. Now, a warranty deed guarantees the seller owns and has rights to the property, which is transferring to you or to the buyer. These are the kind of deeds I like to see. Regardless of which way you go, you should never take on ownership of a property without doing a title search. A title search will make sure that the title is clear and that the person has the right to sell the property to you. But a lot of people still just do these quitclaim deeds or these warranty deeds on their own without title insurance. So here are the main points that I want you to make sure that you include in those deeds, or you have whoever's preparing these deeds for you include. Okay, number one. The appraiser's parcel ID number needs to be on the document. Sometimes that's referred to as the tax ID number or a strap number. Number two, the amount of money that was exchanged between the parties, if that's applicable. If you guys didn't exchange any money, then you would put 0 on there. There would still be a minimum documentary stamp tax due, but that's a topic for another day. Now, number three is the correct legal description. Now, this is a big culprit of invalid deeds, okay? Do not use the legal description that's listed in the appraiser's website. That is not a complete legal description. They actually have a little notification at the bottom of that that states that. But people normally just use that, and that's incorrect. Use ones that are listed in prior deeds that were transferred in that property. We can talk about how to get to those at another point, but basically you want to use the legal description that has followed the property from deed to deed. Number four, the marital status of the seller. This is very important because of the homestead rights here in Florida. The seller is married, let's assume. If he is married and the property is his homestead, his wife or his spouse will have to sign on that deed as well. There's no if or buts, no maybes about it. It has to happen. Now, if it is not the homestead, then specific language has to be included in that deed. If no marital status is included in the deed, most likely what will happen is that you will try to sell the property in the future. That buyer will want title insurance, and the title underwriter will require you to correct that deed. And you can imagine how hard that may be if the seller has gone off to enjoy his proceeds of the sale that he made to you and he's living in another country now. So, number 5 is the proper execution of this document. The seller has to sign, the seller's spouse has to sign, or anyone else who's entitled or has interest in this property has to sign. Against popular belief, the buyer actually doesn't have to sign. So you have to also make sure that you have 2 witnesses and a notary. Now, the notary in Florida, not in other states, but in Florida, can also act as a witness for you. But the witnesses and the notary cannot be related to the buyer or the seller by marriage or blood. So no relatives doing this notarization and the witnessing of the document for you. But remember, you need it notarized with a notary seal on it and 2 witnesses on this deed with the seller's signature on it. Now, there are a lot of other things that could make or break your deed, but these are the mistakes that I see 99% of the time. I hope I've helped some of your questions regarding deeds and the proper preparation of them. And I hope that this saves you some time and some money down the road. If you have any comments, again, put them down below. Remember that tomorrow I will have a question and answer session between 1:30 and 2:30 where I will answer in real time any of your real estate related questions. So tell me how we can help you next. I am Karina Borgia-Lacroix, owner of American Real Title, where we perfect the art of closing the deal. See you all next week.